So, I'm gonna be fully honest, I have been really struggling to record a video today. I recently got home from vacation and I stayed up pretty late last night. I've just been very drained today, very brain fogged, a lot on my mind, and this, like, coming up with an idea to make a video was not 100% on my radar. But here I am. So this time, I have literally re-recorded this video at least 4 times. But this time is gonna work. Okay. So God is good. Now, I've spoken before on this channel about the concept of positive thinking, having gratitude, and rethinking, like reframing tragedies in your mind, reframing when something bad happens, and reframe it into something good. Now, obviously, this is very difficult, right? If not every time something bad happens, it's very difficult to reframe it into something good. It's very difficult to find a silver lining. Often it feels very wrong to do that. And that's not inherently bad. But recently I've been reminded of a metaphor that I heard once of, I think it was from Andrew Tate. It was kind of strange. I don't really, support everything Andrew Tate does, but I do like this metaphor that he spoke about once, where basically there's 2 dogs, right, or wolves or something, I don't remember, but there's two canine creatures. I'll say dog for this video. There's 2 dogs. One of them is in complete and total darkness, isolation. There's no one around it, and there's nothing, no light, no food in sight, right? It's just a dog in darkness. The other one is in the light, right? It's in like a backyard type setting, right? It has grass and stuff around it. It's in the light. And the question is, which wolf is going to survive? And the obvious answer would be the wolf in the light, right? But that's not true. The truth is the wolf that's going to survive is the wolf that you feed. So if you have a negative thought, if you have negative thoughts in your mind, if you're struggling with processing something bad in your life, if you're down in the dumps, but I've had a bad day, right? If you're down in the dumps, but I've recorded the same video 4 times. You can reframe how you see your day. You can reframe how you see your life just by feeding a different wolf. So what this looks like practically is I have remade this video 4 times. And this is originally not what I was going to make this video about. I was going to make this video about managing stress. And I was really struggling with my words. I kept going off on random stupid side tangents that have nothing to do with the video. And it was very difficult. I'm still very brain fogged, right? I'm having difficulty concentrating. And that's mostly because, again, I just got back from vacation. I stayed up pretty late last night. And I have been procrastinating on this video a lot. I've been doing a bunch of work before, and I have personally been kind of stressed out, and that's why I want to make a video about managing stress, but apparently that's not what I was supposed to be doing. But the bright side of this, right, because I just wasted a good half hour of my life remaking the intro of this video. The bright side of this is I'm now making a different video. I'm making a video about seeing the silver lining of life. And right now I feel like that's a lot more important than a video about managing stress. For whatever reason, that seems to be more important. And I'm grateful for this, for me remaking the same video 4 times. Even though it's frustrating, I am grateful for it. Now, when it comes to, I said in the beginning of this video that God is good, right? And that's very difficult sometimes to comprehend, especially if you're someone who's not very religious, who doesn't really spend much time thinking about what they believe and thinking about how God interacts with them in their life. And for a long time, I thought that same way. I didn't think, hey, God is actually controlling a lot of the things that happen in this world around me. I have now changed my mindset. I'm now praying a lot more. I'm now thinking more about what goes on in everything in this world. And what this has changed in my mindset, this has changed in the way I see things. It's allowed me to see that God can build the greatest masterpiece out of the biggest pile of crap. There's another great metaphor here. So, a potter, right? Someone who makes pottery or sculptures or whatever. What are they making pots out of, usually? It's clay. But what is clay? Clay, if you didn't know, is literally mud. That's what clay is. It's a type of mud. And where I live has a lot of clay soil. And if you know anything about clay soil, it's incredibly messy. It's incredibly difficult to grow things in. Every time it has weird properties, like if it's soaked in water for a long period of time, it becomes super, super mushy, super, super fine. And that's because clay can absorb, and somehow it's the most absorbent thing in the world and the least absorbent thing in the world all at the same time. Where if you can have like literally, here is your garden bed, right? And it's clay soil, and you get dumped on by torrential rain, and then the whole top, it looks like it's soaking wet, right? But you just dig like literally 2 inches down, and it's bone dry, right? That's what clay does. It's super weird properties, right? And it's annoying. It's a pain in the butt. But a potter, someone who makes ceramics or whatever, I don't know what they're called, right? I'm just gonna call them a potter. Sees this mud, sees this difficult substance, right? It's difficult to grow plants in clay soil. It's difficult. It's not good for erosion. It's annoying. It's an annoying substance, and it's gross, and it's messy, and sticky, and it's annoying, right? But someone who makes pottery sees this weird substance and is able to make something beautiful out of it. They're able to sculpt it into a beautiful piece of art. And I realized that everything in this world, everything, is there for a purpose. Everything on earth has a reason to be on this earth. As annoying as clay soil is to grow with, right? As annoying as it is to grow anything in it, like grass, like it cracks and it's terrible, right? As bad as it is, it still has a purpose. Because a world without clay soil means a world without any pots, without any potter, without any sculptures, right? We know a lot about ancient cultures because of their pottery, because of their clay that they left behind. The first culture to write stuff wasn't writing on paper, they were writing on clay tablets, right? A lot of people build houses out of clay, right? Bricks are made from clay, right? Like, it's a very important thing, as annoying as it is. It's still important. Every bird, every blade of grass has a purpose, right? Trees can be annoying, right? If you're trying to build a house and you have to clear a big patch of forest, right, to build a house, that's annoying, right? You got a ton of work to do because there's a bunch of trees, but obviously trees are very important. They provide oxygen for us to breathe. They provide shelter for animals. They provide a lot of food. They create in beautiful habitats like I am right in here, right? Obviously, I don't want to clear all these trees. They're beautiful, right? To find greatness, to find beauty from the smallest things around you is one of the easiest ways to find joy in life. This goes back to me trying to figure out how to make a video about managing stress. I was feeling pretty stressed out. I was feeling pretty overwhelmed. I have a lot of work to do. I have this class I have to take because I didn't know I had to take it during the school year for my future career, so I had to take this class now during the summer. I also have all sorts of things to do that I had to manage. I had to skip the gym today because I don't have time, right? because the video is taking too long to make. But what I realized is spending time outdoors, spending time in nature is one of the best stress relievers imaginable, right? I have literally seen like 6 birds flying around, right? And for a lot of people that does like, oh well, no big deal, right? But something about, I don't know why it is that way, but something about seeing like bright red cardinals and blue jays and even the uglier, like kind of uglier birds that are black or brown or whatever, and just seeing them fly through trees, seeing them land on perches that are honestly pretty close to you, because I've been staying here for a half hour and they're now very comfortable with my existence here. They're perching kind of next to me, and it's just something about the atmosphere that you're in, that fresh, clean air that you're able to breathe in because the trees are filtering the air around me, right? It's a very powerful experience to be in nature, and it's very calming, right? Human beings, this is how we lived for thousands of years, right? We lived in basically just the woods, right? For hundreds of thousands of years, for almost as long as humans have existed, we've been living in nature, right? It's only recently we've been living in cities and concrete jungles. Spending time in the outdoors will teach you that God really is good. That everything he creates on this earth is for good. And everything that happens on this earth, although evil does occur, although horrible tragedies do happen, somehow he's going to find a way to make it for good. As difficult it is to see that, somehow he's going to find a way to make it worth it. That's the power of faith. That's the power of believing in the power of God. It's the power of knowing that God is good. That's all I got for today. May God bless you and stay wild.